are alive and alive.
Hopefully.
What are we doing?
We're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 3. What do we think of it? James Gunn.
Last movie.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
I think so. I think it's going to be good. What do you think about James Gunn?
It's DC.
Yeah.
I have confidence, man.
Me too. I have hopes, but my expectations are still
I think
low.
everybody's just angry for no reason. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're
They're blaming him for
guys.
Henry Cavill. It's not
Yeah.
his fault. That's definitely The Rock.
Yeah, but they got rid of all of them. The Gal Gadot's gone, all of them.
This is rumored, but
I don't know, man.
But again, I think what they're gonna do. I think Zack Snyder's gonna get his universe
Okay.
through Netflix.
All right.
Whatever this tease is, it's coming up actually.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Justice League 2 and 3 with Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and then different universes, and then they could come back to each other. Kind of.
Okay.
Thing. That's what I think.
My expectations are at all time low. I don't care anymore.
For DC,
Yeah, for DC and Marvel, really. Like my expectations.
I'm excited
are
for
like,
Swamp Thing.
Okay.
I'm excited for all the Penguin, the new one. Did you see the trailer?
No.
It looks good, man.
Yeah.
Did you like the Batman?
I did like the
good.
Batman.
It's
I did
good.
like his. I did like his rendition of Colin Farrell's The Penguin. I liked him.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like I'm kind of burnt out on these movies already.
Superhero movies.
Yeah,
I
superhero
don't blame
movies.
you.
I need something like
Different.
honestly, I need something different, and I need something fresh, something like Terrifier 2
And one.
and 1.
Hey, Terror Talk.
Damian Leone, that's our boy right there.
Yup, he's scary without the mask. Or
Oh
makeup.
no, I'm talking about the director, Damian Leone.
No,
He's the
him.
director. You talking about the Terrifier guy?
No, not the Terrifier, the director.
He's scary, but he doesn't wear a mask though. You say
No,
he's
he
scary?
does. He told me he does.
He told you?
Yeah.
He didn't tell you. We know him. He didn't tell. No, we don't know him. But Damian Leone is he's mad.
He's disgusting.
I think he had a friend named Allie that he hated, or a girlfriend that dumped him named Allie that he went to town on in his movies. But
By the way, I'm Hector.
I'm Will, and this is Terror Talk, and we're going to be talking about Terrifier 1 and 2 right up next.
And we'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Let's talk about DC real quick.
So yeah, we'll talk about DC. We like DC and stuff like that, but we also
I'm a
like
big DC fan. So
he is. And Terrifier, do you think Terrifier would be a DC character, right? If he was
100%.
Yeah, not a Marvel character.
No. Listen, nothing against Marvel. I've seen Marvel fans how they
Yeah.
are. Oh my God, you guys could be assholes sometimes.
They sometimes?
Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I remember I was at a restaurant. The waiter was a big Marvel fan.
Yeah.
And the person just asked, "Oh, I really liked Iron Man." Let's just say, right?
Yeah.
Here he comes giving. Oh yeah. And listen, Marvel movies are great.
Yeah.
And they just out of nowhere. Oh yeah, DC sucks. Da, da, da. I'm like, but why did you have to do that?
Why does it matter, right?
Yeah.
You can
like,
have
I'm
both.
I'm like, listen, no one's sitting here trying to put videos out why Marvel
Yeah.
sucks back in the day.
Yeah.
Now it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like Marvel fans feel the need to shit on DC for no
Yeah.
reason.
I don't know. Vice versa,
weird.
I guess. I don't know what that is. But who doesn't need to shit on people is Terrifier.
I mean, there is
There's
shit
shit in that movie.
Yeah, especially two.
So we're going to talk a little bit about Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2 and All Hallows Eve because Terrifier's in that movie as well.
I could tell you guys a funny story. Well, I'll tell you real quick about All Hallows Eves.
All Hallows Eve, the
Yeah,
first one?
Yeah, my son was watching it.
Uh-huh.
And
Scary.
he's younger than what he shouldn't be watching this movie.
Definitely not. That's
We were
an
watching it.
aggressive movie.
No, we were watching it, and I'll never forget this. This will be scarred in my head forever.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, he's watching it. Out of nowhere, he just screams at me, "Is this real life?" And I was like, "What?" It's so random because you know how it's filmed.
Yeah, and he
It's like-
starts
it's
looking.
Like you're actually watching
it, and it looks
Yeah,
like he's
yeah.
looking into
But he
into
just
your room.
screamed, "Is this real life?"
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, no.
It's scary. No, it's scary.
Yeah, no,
it's scary.
He didn't finish it.
Yeah.
It's a very scary movie.
There's a scene where in all. Look, I guess we can start with All Hallows Eve because that's
Yeah.
the first one, right? So there's a scene where Art is looking into your screen, like he's staring
Yeah.
at you, and it looks like because in the movie, Art the characters watching Art do these horrible things or whatever, and then he eventually goes through the screen to terrorize our main character. But then at one point he's looking at us, and I'm like, is he looking at me? Like, what are you? I'm looking around like, hold up.
Yeah,
like, is this guy?
You're like you're thinking
you
you're
know
like,
it's
at
a
the moment,
movie,
you're
but
like,
you're just like, wait
you're
a
like,
minute.
wait, what
Like,
just happened?
And it's effective because it's really good filmmaking because how they establish it, like you get lost in the whole situation where you see this character going through a situation where they're watching a video and then they're Art is going through the screen and killing them, and then now you're watching that video and now Art's looking at you. He already went through one TV, so he's going to go through the next one. So it plays with your mind. So your son being like, is this real life? It's like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, is this real life?
But it's just funny that he yelled it out.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's not like, Daddy,
terrifying.
is this really happening?
Yeah.
You know, is this real life?
Yeah.
Like, what?
It's a different actor that plays Art the Clown in that
Oh,
movie.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
than the next two.
wow.
But they did good.
They look
They
yeah.
similar. And they-
if you didn't tell me that, I wouldn't think.
yeah, they do good. They do good.
Well, I wonder why they changed.
I don't know. Maybe
Right? It's just like, hey, you look a little bit more like how
yeah,
I
you're
want
more
Art
creepier.
to look
Let's
like.
do that. Let's
Yeah.
do that one.
That actor's cool though.
He's
the one
cool.
that actually
Yeah,
plays Art.
yeah.
He deserves to follow on Instagram because I follow him.
He's
on
cool.
Insta.
He does the
He's a
Grinch,
cool
right?
guy.
He's the Grinch.
Yes.
Yeah, the scary Grinch.
The horror one. Yeah.
The horror one. One thing about his Damien Leone movies, because I watched Terrifier 1, Terrifier 2. I watched All Hallows Eve after I seen Terrifier 1,
Oh
Terrifier
really?
2.
No, I actually
yeah.
watched it in order.
I didn't watch it in order.
I watched All Hallows Eve by mistake because I
yeah.
thought it was on something else.
So yeah, oh, you did.
And I was
But
like, wait, what?
One thing that's interesting about that movie is how it kicks up the horror a little bit harder. It's a lot more aggressive than a lot of other slasher movies.
Oh yeah.
And by what I mean by that is that so the segment, we'll just talk about the segment of Art, right? Because we're talking about the Terrifier. So the segment with Art is really aggressive because like you're not sure what he is. Is he a ghost? Is he a demon? Because he's relentless. Like he keeps showing up
in All Hallows, right?
in All Hallows. Yeah,
because that's confusing.
yeah, it's
to me.
confusing. Yeah, because
And
he keeps.
I feel like in 2 it gets more confusing.
It gets more confusing. One feels like he's an actual person.
Yeah, that's
Until
the
the
vibe
end.
I got. When
Yeah.
1 I got that he was like an actual person
Yeah.
with
Demented, killing people.
Yeah.
But then
2
2, it feels like he's like an entity. And in All Hallows Eve, he feels like an entity.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he follows them. But the reason why I say it's a little bit more aggressive is because by the end of the movie, like you think that the character doesn't get away, right? The character in our story, but all the characters don't get away, but the character gets like cut up, like her arms and legs get cut up off screen. You don't see it, but she gets cut up and sliced up, and then she gets carved in her like sexist slurs into her, like the C word and everything like that, and they're sliced into her, and her breasts are sliced off. Like Art not only kills this person, he tortures them, but the anatomy that makes her a woman, he removes from her.
Yeah.
He removes her breasts, he removes her, everything like that.
Yeah.
And it's like this is a little bit more aggressive than what I'm used to. This is really rough. Like this is rougher.
It is rough. Even in Terrifier 1.
Yeah.
The way he killed that pizza guy, that's fucking rough.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like I remember, especially the scene where he's like stabbing him in the face.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah. But it's like
And this is like the beginning of the movie.
the beginning. Yeah, it feels like I'm like this feels like way more aggressive and rough and like harder than your normal slasher movie.
Yeah, because normal slasher movies, you'll probably get some like rough scenes.
Yeah.
But this is like brutal. This
And they
is
show
like,
you everything.
Yeah,
in these
especially
movies,
it's very brutal.
Yeah. So like in All Hallows Eve, did that take you by surprise when that scene happened where he cuts off like her
100%.
her body parts and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
like but like not just like the body parts. What's evil about Art, what makes him so terrifying, quote unquote, is that he removes like your most intimate parts.
Yeah.
And one thing that they do in these movies is that they violate their characters without resorting to sexual violence, which I have to commend, because in these disturbing
Because
movies,
even in 1, I felt like I was gonna get there.
yeah, 2, I felt it was going to get there in the bedroom scene.
That's true.
Yeah, but it never
in
takes
1,
it there.
I was like, yeah, this is definitely it's gonna be
Yeah,
one of those R.
but it
moments.
plays with those expectations,
and it's worse though.
yeah.
Because especially in 1.
Yeah, one. Yeah, with the
yeah.
it plays with that expectation, but it also doesn't it doesn't take it to that level. It doesn't take the lazy route.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a lazy. These are not lazy movies. This is somebody that's really cultivating something that's really like a little bit self-indulgent, but they're cultivating these movies that are really well thought out. Even though they're like the kill scenes and the set pieces are so well done and well thought out, right?
My complaint about these movies, it gets confusing.
They're confusing. I think purposely.
Yeah, I agree because
Yeah.
I feel like I know we keep jumping around, but like for 2, it's confusing me. The whole
No,
time.
it is. It is.
I'm
'Cause-
just like, wait, what's his sword doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
There's a
I'm
lot
like,
of
wait,
lore
what?
on it, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, nothing was talked about any lore about like, oh, you need this sword to kill him.
No.
And then she dies. She comes back, and
Yeah.
she's like, I was like,
I think it's in
Wait,
his mind.
what?
I think Damien Leone. I think it's in his mind what he wants to do.
yeah,
And he wants several movies to play out because he already announced Terrifier 3 takes place right after Terrifier 2.
which is cool.
Yeah, and I think it's already in his mind exactly what he wants to do and how he wants it to play it out, but he's not letting us know yet. Because Terrifier 2 was like almost 3 hours long.
It was definitely longer
Long movie.
because I felt like there was some explanation. It was more about that girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
about
yeah.
her.
Yeah, he
You know,
came
about this, but I just think the sword part was just kind of cheesy.
like he had an idea for that character.
Yeah.
And he also put it with Terrifier. Like he combined the two ideas together. But it doesn't like it's
Speaking of DC,
DC?
they're talking about her being Wonder Woman
she's great. She's fantastic.
to be replaced for Gal Gadot.
She's good. I don't know if they're gonna do that because you know,
Yeah, there's talks about her.
who's talked about that? Where'd
James
you see?
Gunn.
James Gunn. Hey, she's great. No, she's great.
Can you
She's
imagine
great.
I'm like friends with James Gunn?
That'd be cool.
Like, why don't you work? I'm like, you know, I kind of like this.
Yeah, I like doing this instead. I like talking in the basement about horror movies. But All Hallows Eve, really good start. Like, but it gave you a flavor of what's to expect.
Exactly, and I think one really shows.
Yeah, one was like, okay, let me give you the full array.
Yeah.
And then when one starts, one is like, yo, one goes hard, dude.
I like one a lot because
Yeah.
one to me is like, it's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that pizza scene where he's just playing with her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would totally be like, yeah, let me get the fuck out of this
Yeah,
place.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
It's not a restaurant. It's nothing fancy. It's
Yeah.
just a pizza place. One was rough to watch because the gore in it was rough.
It's really realistic.
Yeah, it's realistic.
It's realistic and it lingers on. Like the scene where the infamous scene where he saws her in half.
In half.
Right?
How he does it, right?
How he does it, like he takes her panties off and you see the blade going into her parts, into her intimate parts, and it's just like you see it deliberately sawing, and it's like, yo, is she getting sawed for real? Like it feels like she's really getting sawed.
And then the look he's giving you while doing it.
Yeah, he
That's
has
even
complete,
worse.
He has complete joy in his face.
And then, like the way he
glee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not
It's
like
great.
not like Glee the TV show, but
Not that one, but he has complete, like he's completely overjoyed, and he's just like sawing her in half,
and it's like
just
he's trying to like that kind of do
Yeah.
that. It's but the thing about one, I would say, it feels that he's a person who's demented.
Yeah.
Just caring about random stuff like that.
Right.
And just going on a killing spree.
Right.
That's what I got.
And that's what I thought until the end. Obviously,
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
thought that until the end. And the first movie and the second movie kind of end similarly. Like he allows himself to be killed, like purposely, and then gets reborn in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But the first one, the practical effects second to none. But the storyline's not really there, though, right?
No, it's that's the thing about these movies, right?
Yeah.
For me, the most confusing out of all these movies is 2.
Right, 2 is confusing,
was
but like on the first,
on the first
one, the storyline's like non-existent, right? There's really not a
No,
storyline.
it just so happens to be there.
Yeah,
That he's there.
Yeah,
And that he likes that girl.
yeah. He's like that. Once he has you in his sights, like he's not going to stop until he gets what he wants from you. Until he
But
gets
do
you.
you think if she was just nice to him, and then the friend didn't just like kept bothering him with taking the picture or doing a selfie?
No.
You think he would have kept going on about his day?
No, because I think
Or
art.
had they been nice, that pizza guy would have lived. He took
No,
his anger
no,
on the pizza
I
guy.
don't think so. No, I don't think art is motivated by anger or anything like that. I think he's a force of nature that he's just going to come and just like a plague come through and just
It's like bad
devour
luck.
whatever's in his way.
Like if he likes you, you're screwed.
I mean, anything.
Everybody.
Like, I mean, if we jump into Terrifier 2 for a quick second, when he's getting changed and washing his clothes, there's a guy sleeping in the laundromat.
yeah,
He
he
kills him in his sleep. Like, Art doesn't care. Art is like a force of nature. Like, he's a plague. He's going through life, and whatever's in his way, he's gonna chew through. Like, he's just gonna
See, that's
kill.
the thing about the Terrifier movies, 1
Yeah.
and 2, I would say. Start off intense.
Mm-hmm.
Like that scene, right? In the laundry scene.
Yeah.
Then that girl just randomly has massive diarrhea. You're like,
Yeah.
what? Like, what's going on?
It's funny. Like the Terrifier movies are like one of the best parts of with Terrifier 1 is kind of like the characters are not bad. Like they're kind of likable. Like the main character, the first one that dies halfway through the movie in
Which one we're
Terrifier
talking
1.
about? The
Terrifier
girl?
1. Yeah, the girl, the main
Yeah,
girl.
yeah, yeah.
She dies halfway through, but she's
Like-
very likable. Then the
But
sister comes.
she was a legit friend.
Yeah.
The sister was kind of annoying though.
She was annoying, but they're
But
decent characters.
yeah,
they're
I
not
agree.
like we spend enough time with them where we're like, oh, it's we kind of don't want them to
Now
die.
in 2 though,
Yeah.
her friend was an asshole. She needed
which
to
one,
go.
Allie?
The one that kept trying to like give her the drug. She gave her a drug to get her drug at the party.
Oh, okay.
You're not having a good time. Let me give you
Okay.
this.
Okay,
And
that
then
one.
her boyfriend was kind of a dick too.
But the one that had it the worst, the most infamous scene in all of these movies is the bedroom scene with Allie.
The first one.
No, in all the Terrifier movies. The bedroom scene with Allie in Terrifier 2.
Okay.
That's the most infamous scene. Like, that's the one scene that everyone talks about. It's the one scene that incited the pictures of people throwing up and people leaving the theater. This is the scene where people leave. They're like, I had enough. This is the moment where people are like, you know what? This is too much. This is too much. Because it goes on and on and on and on. And it is grotesque. Like, he literally picks her. Like, for me, I found it stupid because she didn't die. I mean, you would have been dead a long time ago, but she's like screaming the entire time.
That's the thing about you guys know.
It's just going on and on and on.
The movies are not realistic. It's like shock would kill you, would knock you out.
Right, exactly.
Right from shock, it's over. And
right, exactly. I mean,
like I don't know who's living through. He's
taking her
the whole time.
He's doing a wishbone with her hand. He's like ripping it in half. He's pulling her arm off.
Yeah.
He's ripping her brain out. He's taking her back and ripping it open. He's pouring salt and vinegar in her, or bleach. He's pouring bleach all over. He's eating her brain. It's like he's cutting off her leg. It's like it's over the top. Like it's over the top.
Do you think that scene really is making everybody throw up?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
But do you really think people really throw up from that scene?
I don't know.
I've seen worse.
Well, yeah, of course. But I mean, there's plenty of worse. But what I think is happening is that, okay, so people are watching this movie, the mainstream audience. It went into theaters, right? Around Halloween.
And it was there for a minute, too.
It was there for a minute. It made good money. And I think mainstream audiences see this. They see a clown. It's very colorful. They see like this, Terrifier 2, it's in theaters, right? Let me go and watch it. Spoiler alert. Terrifier 2 is not for the casual horror movie fan.
No,
it's not.
It's very rough.
It's for
grotesque.
the advanced horror movie goer. So I think if you're going in thinking you're going to watch Scream 6 or Scream 5 or Halloween Ends,
and I'm pretty sure the Scream 6 characters will still survive in this.
They would.
Apparently,
they would.
After that bedroom scene at the end of the movie, they're in a stroller.
They're gonna be like, I'm okay.
I'm all right. You're like, wait, what?
If you're a person that says, I like Michael Myers, I'm gonna watch Halloween Ends. I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I watched the remake on Netflix. This movie, if that's your level of horror, this is for advanced users. This is like,
and it's not to say that, like, okay, let's say if you are that movie watcher, like the Halloween, Scream 6, all these things, you can watch it. It's just the thing is that what you saw in these movies, like Halloween, Scream,
nothing
all these
compared to it. Yeah.
It's nothing at all.
Yeah.
They're rough.
Yeah, it's nothing compared to it
because it's nothing bad. It's just that's how they roll.
Yeah, I believe people were throwing up. I do believe. I don't think it was just a marketing thing because I seen you see the bathrooms, you see the pictures. People are throwing up, and in my screening, I saw it in the theater with my wife. By the way, my wife goes, "Listen, there's a Terrifier 3. Leave me out of it." She's a big horror fan, but she's like, leave me out of Terrifier 3. I was like, okay, I get it. And then, but with this one, people were leaving my theater. There was people that left the movie theater at that scene because I knew it. I was watching the scene, and I've seen everything under the book. Like I'm a horror movie veteran. Obviously, I've seen so many. But like, I'm watching the scene. I'm like, this is going on. This might be a little. I saw my dad's face. He's just sitting there like in horror, and my dad was with us. And then I was like, yeah, this is going. This is the one. This is it. People were leaving and stuff like that. I was like, this is a little bit more rough for average moviegoers.
Yeah, not just average, even above average. Somebody says,
it's
I saw a Serbian film once.
Yeah,
Let me go see this.
It's advanced level.
I'm like, it's rough.
It's rough. And then she's like yelling for her mom and stuff like that. And she's like, and then the mom goes in there, and then he takes her, carves her head out, and puts a candy in it because it doesn't let you go. It opens up the scene, and the camera stays stagnant, and it just shows you what's happening.
Yeah.
It doesn't cut. It doesn't relieve you. It doesn't give you a break. It doesn't let you breathe. It's just like boom, boom, boom. We're going to show you every single thing. Our makeup artists are one of a kind, and we're going to show you every detail.
You see, that's the thing about practical effects because there was a lot. That's the thing about all Terrifier movies. I would say, I don't know about 3. It's all practical effects.
Yeah, it's excellent.
But this is what happens when you use that kind of effects. You get that. It looks realistic.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's just CGI as time goes, maybe, but it's just it doesn't. Practical effects is king.
Now you think we're I'd be gushing over these movies because I'm like it's unique, but honestly, with Terrifier 2, I was kind of like, this is a little self-indulgent for me. It went on for too long.
It's so confusing to me.
Right, go ahead about that.
Here's the thing, right? So they set up this whole, she has this sword above her bureau, right? Mm-hmm. And then they just keep talking about it. I'm like, okay, something about this sword. But when you watch Terrifier 1, you're like, what the fuck is going on with this sword?
Yeah, what's the sword?
Like, what is this? What is he, a demon now? Or like a fucking, you know what I mean?
And the dad had visions.
Yeah.
I thought...
Is there a sword fight? And, you know, well, I'm like, not that there was, but I'm just saying, like, is there going to be one?
Right.
Like,
what did you think? Let me ask you this. Did you think that... because you know the dad killed himself, right?
Yeah.
And had these visions and all that stuff. Did you think they were going to make the Terrifier her dad?
That's what I got.
I was feeling that.
I felt it, but then I was just like, no way.
There's no way.
That would just ruin it for me.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I don't know who the fuck Terrifier is.
Yeah.
If that'd be cool if there's a lore, kind of like Pennywise. You know, how like Pennywise in the beginning, you know, you start knowing about Pennywise.
Yeah.
But once you get into the lore, I think that makes it cooler.
Yeah.
But if that's her dad, that sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm not too.
Stupid,
I don't
right?
like her character too much.
I loved her. I think she was good.
I think she's great.
Yeah.
But if I just don't. Her brother was just an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it was crazy. He took a lot of damage in that movie.
Yeah, he did.
Terrifier was biting his ankles. But it got to the point. It got to the point where I was like, Terrifier was doing so much damage to people. Like, come on, dude. We've been watching 3 hours of Terrifier just wreck people. Yeah. I'm like, enough is enough. You know one thing that people don't like about Terrifier, but I like that he uses guns.
Why? What's wrong with that?
A lot of people don't like it because they say because it's not scary. They say, but it's like, what about Terminator? He used guns. He's a slasher, isn't he?
I'm trying to think. There's other slasher movies that they use guns.
Yeah, well, Terminator 1. That's a slasher movie.
I mean, in theory, sure.
It's a slasher movie. He's using guns.
Yeah,
and grenades.
I'm trying to think. There's definitely Dawn of the Dead, right?
No, that's not a slasher.
No. Hold up. What's the one with the zombies actually use guns?
That's Land of the Dead, but that's not a slasher movie. It's a zombie movie.
No, let me think.
Yeah, see, it's not common.
Collector, no.
He doesn't use guns. See, guns are not as scary as knives or rope or
because the thing about it kind of takes away from.
Yeah, it's quick.
Because the thing about slasher movies is that the use of a knife or hands is intimate, right?
Yeah, yes.
You got to really hate somebody to stab them multiple times, and you got to be crazy to do it.
You got to be crazy to get close to somebody like that.
Yeah, like 1 or 2 times someone's done, right?
It's not common, but it's not common. He uses sawed-off shotguns.
He don't care. He goes crazy.
But I like that. I like that he does that.
Yeah, that's the thing about Terrifier. He's unpredictable.
He'll
just murder you, and you don't know how.
Yeah.
I thought the pizza guy had it rough.
Yeah, no, the guy,
then the girl too. You know what I mean?
The black guy had it rough too in the store owner of the costume shop.
Yeah,
that was crazy. I was like, "Yo, this looks real as hell!" Like when he sawed off his head.
It really does, and the way it's filmed too, it gives it that realistic vibe.
It does,
right?
yeah, because it has that gritty look. Yeah, it's like that grindhouse. So
it's not like the 4K kind of like.
What about the coroner who gets his head cracked open like a coconut? That was crazy too. Yeah. In the opening scene of Terrifier 2.
But back to 2, right?
Yeah, 2.
It's just confusing to me.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I don't understand her character.
Right.
You know, like that
the prophecy.
The whole thing.
Yeah. She dies and gets reborn.
Yeah, and I'm just like, wait, what?
And then he gets reborn.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
as a head.
I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
You know, it kind of reminds me of like the Guyver when they pull out the thing of his head.
Yeah.
But then if you put it back in anything, he grows back and stuff like that.
That's cool. That's cool though.
Yeah.
Guyver's a Japanese animation movie.
I love that movie. By the way,
it's a movie and it's a limited series.
Now the first Guyver was great.
With Mark Hamill.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's good.
The other one's got a little bit, you know.
Well, there's Guyver 1 that was with Mark Hamill. There was Guyver 2 called Dark Hero that was a sci-fi
Mark
original.
Hamill was a detective.
He was a detective, yeah.
Who turns into a lobster or a cockroach.
Some kind of weird thing.
Yeah, but then, it's like a mixture.
But then there was part 2. It's called Dark Hero. That was a sci-fi original movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember the characters.
There's a third one.
Was it Mark Damascus? Was he in?
I believe. I'm not too sure, but there's a third one that sucked. Yeah.
No.
There was 3.
When? What was it? Who's in that?
I don't know about who.
Let's look that up.
What's the one that they're fighting by trees and stuff like that?
That's part 2.
Okay, then
that's Dark Hero. Yeah. I was like, it was because
it was not a good movie.
I'm a huge Guyver fan.
Are you really?
Humongous, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I almost bought I have a.
I almost bought the actual thing that he hit himself in the head with.
There's a behind you. There's a big okay.
There's nothing behind me.
No. There's a
no. There's something
there's nobody.
Scare me.
No.
I'm not.
It's not nobody.
Guys, look behind me. What do you see?
It's nobody.
No. I'm not turning around.
It's a photo, not a photo. It's a painting, like a lithograph of Marcus Aurelius. But I almost got, is it right? But I almost got a Guyver one that size.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I was like, I need a little bit of art.
Guyver's awesome, bro. Yeah. The Guyver one was one of my favorite movies for a long time.
Yeah.
I think
it's
fun. Cool that
Kung
it comes
Fu,
out.
And everything. Well, we're on a tangent. Let's get back to
back to
Terrifier.